Welcome everybody to this podcast. In today's podcast, I want to talk about moving our body and how important it is to move our body in terms of our energies, our physical well-being, and just general connecting through body movement. In a previous podcast, I talked about the joy and wonder of dancing, and particularly if you're dancing by yourself, how it can be an extremely liberating thing to do, but it is also known to reduce anxiety. And I'd encourage anyone, even today, that if things are not working out how you would like them to be, to perhaps get into a habit of dancing by yourself for 10 minutes every day and just see if that makes a difference for you. It is a hard thing to do. Sometimes you feel self-conscious, but it is also a hugely liberating and free-flowing thing to do if you can do it. Choose your music, choose your space, choose your time, and dance. Now, there are many people who do yoga, Pilates, a number of types of body movement that have become very popular in recent years, as well as those who walk as a way to enable our body. And all of these things are so good for us. But you might be thinking, how can I do any of those things given your life circumstance? And sometimes you don't need to do a great deal. I was recently reading something about sometimes small body movements can make a lot of difference, and one of the things they spoke about was doing a salt and pepper. And a salt and pepper was seen as jumping on the spot for 20 seconds. And the idea that the dark pepper, or you'd call it the negative energy, is shaken up by that 10 seconds of jumping on the spot, and the salt or the light or the good energy is allowed to mix up and replace perhaps some of that dark energy. So jumping around on the spot, you'll notice how children do this when they get excited, so I think there's something to it. Another thing that someone spoke about recently was getting a hula hoop and having a go at doing that and see if you can still do it if you haven't done it for a while. And I think that's also a great way in terms of your body moving in circles and creating its own almost drawing through the movements that you do. So, yeah, get out or stay in. But move that body a little bit. Move it slightly differently than what you would normally do. Feel it, experience it, and I'm sure if we do it regularly, it will make a big difference. Thanks again for listening.